the reason why I hate biological men, and you should too. If you don't know who I am, my name is Blossom. I use they, them pronouns. And it's not because I hate men. That's not what we're talking about right now. There's no such thing as biological men. That's not a real thing. That is a transphobic dog whistle. What it's doing is it's trying to justify transphobia using science when, first of all, man is a term associated with gender and not with sex. But even if we were talking about males, sex is also a spectrum. So if you ever hear somebody say biological men or biological males or any language like that, call them out, run away, educate them, do something. It's not it.
You were being ridiculous. I have zero respect for people who just wallop their hand up and go, suddenly, I'm a woman and I want all the rights that a woman has and I want to compete, say, in sport. I'm a 6'4" athlete, sprinter, swimmer, whatever, who's competed very mediocrely in male sport. And I want to come in and crush women in swimming pools and in sprinting events and break all their records, perhaps irrevocably, just by saying, I'm a woman. I think that is the absurdity you were talking about. My response was to say, well, if it's limitless, why can't I then say whatever I want to say? And you say immediately, as I knew you would, well, that's ridiculous. But my point is, you were being ridiculous.
All right, guys. So in this episode of Upside Down World, we got to talk about another biological man absolutely destroying women at their own sports. And in this case, it's pretty bad. I mean, this guy is quite literally winning championship after champion after championship. In fact, they won 8, right? They took 8 female sporting titles, okay, in indoor track and field. And the person that we're talking about today is Mr. Valentino Petrillo, who's an Italian indoor track runner, okay? And this person has just basically won their 8th women's title in Italy, right? In fact, they actually broke a record while doing so. And I want to go ahead and show you guys the video of this person breaking the record and then discuss this person. But first, we have to have a word from the sponsor of this video, Noble Gold. The second and third largest bank runs in history happened this week. This means that the government is going to take steps to guarantee all deposits. This means more money printed from the government. Thousands have approached Noble Gold Investments to secure their wealth with gold. Gold is the most stable asset outside of government control. Hurry and go to noblegoldinvestments.com to secure your wealth and get a free 5-ounce America the Beautiful coin if you qualify. noblegoldinvestments.com, noblegoldinvestments.com. But remember, there's always a risk of investment and there's no guarantee of any kind. So without further ado, let's get into it.
Christina Sanulli, Endas Cesena, poi in quinta dalla Pontevecchio di Bologna Valentina Petrillo, in quarta dall'Ambrosiana Denise
Wow, I didn't know I was
Neumann.
going to see some cheeks.
Per la libera atletica c'è in terza l'Agnese
This is the person, right? This is the male, the biological male athlete right here, 1057.
Rossi e in seconda per il Q Sassari Maria Colombino.
Now this is them right there.
Quinta, sesta, quarta corsia.
Look
Sanulli,
at this. Catching.
Petrillo,
Catching. Bam.
Sanulli, Petrillo,
Gone.
Petrillo sul finale. 26-27 e Sanulli.
Again, how many times you got to see it, man? How many times do you got to see it? How many times do you got to see it? And they're out there celebrating too. Wow. Again, you know, only can care as much as other women care, right? Can't care more than they do. Yeah, so that's the future, guys. That is the future. These stories are not an exception, okay? These stories are becoming the norm. In fact, I'm going to come back to this story here about Mr. Valentina Petrillo, right? Because they have some comments that I want to talk about. But again, this comes as there was a transgender woman that finished in first place at a New York City cycling event. Okay. Again, you got women here on the side basically celebrating their own destruction to a certain extent in regards to their ability to compete fairly in sports. This is what equality is supposed to be. Okay. Apparently the patriarchy always wins, right? The patriarchy always wins in the end. It just had to put on a dress, right? That to me seems to be what's going on here, right? So yeah, stories like this are abundant, okay? Because this is becoming more and more prevalent. They told us, hey, don't worry about it, right? Don't worry about it. Women aren't losing anything, right? Women aren't having their sports dominated and taken over. And now again, this is the early stage, guys. I'm telling you right now, it may seem like a lot now, but this is the early stages, right? Imagine how this is going to be 10, 20, 25 years. Bro, you're not going to be able to tell the difference, right? You're not going to tell the difference between women's sports and men's sports, okay? Half the women are going to be men, probably more. A majority of them will be biological males, right? That's where we're going to be in 25, 30 years. I'm telling you. Mark my words, right? Mark this video, okay? 25, 30 years, that's what we'll be, okay? It's already becoming the norm. Again, this is the early stages. So with that being said, this athlete here in particular, Mr. Valentina Petrillo, he got upset when people criticized him for, unfairly competing in competition by calling his critics Nazis. Okay, you're a Nazi if you disagree with this person. Okay, so let's actually read here. A biological male athlete who reportedly compared his critics to Nazis has taken his 8th title in Italian women's professional running after beating out his female competitors at the Italian Indoor Masters Championship in Ancano earlier this month. 50-year-old Valentina Petrillo, born Fabrizio Petrillo, won the 200-meter race for women aged 50 to 54 years, beating Christina Sanulli, Denise Neumann, and Agnese Rossi, who came in 2nd, 3rd, and 4th, respectively. DCU professor and Sunday Independent columnist Owen O'Malley shared footage of the race asking, does anyone think this is right? Well, apparently the left think this is right, right? They think that this is right, okay? But yeah, this person called critics Nazis, right? You're a Nazi if you disagree. You're fascist if you disagree with us, right? Says the fascist. Statistician Marco Alciator, who observed the race, said that the 3 female athletes who followed Petrillo over the finish line should have occupied the winner's podium were it not for the fact that Petrillo is still unbelievably entitled to compete in the women's category. He added that, quote, in the men's M50 category with his time, he would have finished 14th. Yeah, which is first place for women. Okay, so the 14th man, right, which is pretty bad for men, but still, I mean, the 14th man is better than the best woman. And people still think men and women are the same, right? We're the same. Again, incredible stuff. Absolutely incredible. Alciator said that the legitimate winner of the race was Christina Sanulli, who he said would have earned a record for her time. Yeah, so not only did she lose out on first place, she lost out on a record, right? So this person, again, not only stole first place from women, but also stole a record from women. And people think this is totally fine. This is totally okay, right? This is totally cool. Again, it's messed up. It really is. Sanulli, who lost out on her title to her male competitor, said that she and most of her female counterparts do not feel equal precisely because Petrillo's physical structure as male, adding that his running abilities were not at par. Yeah, so again, this person is super tall, has more lung capacity, longer limbs, denser bones, more muscle mass. Yeah, all that stuff basically results in having a faster time. And those are not biological advantages that go away just because you hop on estrogen. Quote, we feel very discriminated against. You are being discriminated against. You should have protested by not playing. Upset at the criticism of his title win in the allocation of a private changing room after concerns were raised by feminist group Red Femme Italia, Petrillo reportedly compared his critics to Nazis, saying they weren't on the same level as Hitler. Yeah, so women fighting for women's rights, okay, to not have their spaces in sports invaded by men are Nazis, right? You're a Nazi if you don't want your spaces taken over by men. Absolutely incredible stuff. Petrillo, who reportedly changed his name and went on cross-sex hormones in 2019, qualified to represent Italy at the 2021 Tokyo Paralympics after winning 3 gold medals at the qualifiers in the 100-meter, 200-meter, and 400-meter T12 events. It was previously reported that Petrillo was married to a woman before deciding he wished to live as one openly. He is legally allowed to compete against both able-bodied women and female Paralympics, as he has a diagnosis of a degenerative eye condition called Stargardt disease, which causes visual impairment over time. Petrillo was reportedly banned from representing Italy at the Tokyo Paralympics by the Italian Federation just before the competition. This person not only is taking away spots from able-bodied women, but also, I would say, disabled women as well, too. Amazing how that works. And they don't say anything wrong with it. If you criticize him for it, you're a Nazi. Again, we're living in cuckoo for Cocoa Puff, man. Again, these people are so entitled that they just openly call people who rightfully criticize them for basically having an unfair biological advantage against women. They call you a Nazi, right? They insult you with names and slurs. And for whatever reason, people think that this is right. We're headed in the right direction here. But hey, like I said, I only can care as much as the women do, right? And I just hope and pray that women really, really, really speak up more about this, because, again, I think that in 20, 25, 30 years, you're not going to have too many biological women competing in sports at the highest level anymore, because, quite honestly, if you want to win as a woman, you got to have men, right? That just seems to be how it kind of goes. So let me know if you want to win as a woman, then you got to be a man, right? I'm just saying. It seems to be that's how I kind of got. It seems to me that that's a requirement. So let me know what you guys think. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Most importantly, share a Black conservative perspective. Peace.